8.1 question number B 7. If cot theta equals 7 by 8, evaluate. Alright, so we have to find these two the values. Alright, so solution: right triangle ABC, right angle at B. As you can see from here, 90 is here, and I've taken my theta to be here at C, which means AC is our hypotenuse, BC is the base, and then AB is the perpendicular. Okay, now cot theta 7k by 8k, reason being because they're in ratio. Alright, so the k is there. Then if you look at cot theta, what are two sides? Base by perpendicular, right? So that means 7k is our base, and then 8k is the perpendicular. So 7k, 8k. Alright, I need to find the third side, the hypotenuse, by using the Pythagoras theorem. So the square of the longest side is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides. Right, AB is how much? AB is 8k, so I've put there, and then BC is 7k squares, right? And 8 is 64, k into k square, 7 is 49, k into k square. If you add these two, you'll get 113k square. The square went to the other side, so I'll have the root of, right? And from here, if you look here, 113 has no square root. It does not have a perfect square. Okay, so it will be under root, and then because k square, k will come out, right? So the third side AC is how much? 113. Okay, now we know all the three sides. Let's start putting the values and start solving. First one. Alright, so if you look here, the Roman number 1, a plus b, a minus b. Alright, that means my a is 1 and then b is sine theta. Why? I want to use this formula. Right, a plus b, a minus b. What do you get? A square minus b square. So you can see here, a square minus b square. Same thing for denominator, a plus b, a minus b. I'll get a square minus b square. Alright, now what are the two sides corresponding to sine theta? Perpendicular by hypotenuse. What are the two sides for cos? Base by hypotenuse. Right, so remember, because theta is here, this is hypotenuse, this is base, and then AB is perpendicular. So let's put the value. Perpendicular is how much? 8k. So I've already put here. Then hypotenuse is 113k. So I've already put the value. Same thing for cos, base by hypotenuse. Base is this much, hypotenuse is 113k. Alright, so just putting the values there. Alright, now let's start solving. Alright, then here as you can see, because of the square root, 8k by root of 113k, the whole square, right? So 8 is 64, then k into k square. Now this 113, it's something like this, so which means if I separate them, I'll have 113 square k square, right? So this root and the square will get cancelled. I'll have 113 k square. So that's what you can see here, right? 113 k square is there. So again, once again, same thing for the lower portion again. 7 7s are 49k square, and then 113k. Alright, so now once we're done with that, we'll try to find the LCM. So if you look at first here, the upper, of course, remember that here divided by 1 is there, right? Same thing here, divided by 1 is there. Right, so here my first denominator will be 113 k, right? So what is my first numerator? My first numerator is 1, so you write it down. And like I said, here divided by 1 is there, right? So one, how many times are 113k square? It'll be 113k square times. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing again. What is my numerator now? The second numerator is 64k square, which I have written here. Then 113k square, how many times 113k square? 1 time, right? So that's how I'll get it. Now same thing again here, LCM will be again 113k square. Right, so remember, like I said, 1 is here, so let's write on the first numerator. I've written the 1, then 1, how many times 113k square? 113k square times my second numerator is 49, so I've written 49 already. Then 113k square, how many times 113k square? 1 time. Alright, so that is how we'll get it. Alright, then 1 into 113k square, 113k square, 64 into k square, 64k square. Same thing, 1 into 113k square, 113k square, 49k square into 1, 49k square. Alright, so you will see that now, because what? This denominator, this numerator, denominator. If you look at the denominators, they're the same, so I just divide them. Alright, I'll be left like this. Then 113k square minus 64k square, I'll get 49k square. 139k square minus 49k square, I'll get 64k square. Therefore I can divide these two, and the value they will get is 49 by 64. Let's do B or the Roman number 2. Alright, so if you look here now, pretty simple, just cot square theta. So remember, theta is here, so this is our hypotenuse, base, and then perpendicular. So what are two sides for cot? Base by perpendicular, right? Base is how much? 7k square, I've written, and then perpendicular is how much? Perpendicular is 8k. So 7 7s are 49, k into k square, 8 is a 64, k square. I can divide these two, and then my final answer that we get is 49 by 64.